Thanks so much for joining me today on Stop and Think, the puzzle channel. I am John Appleseed, your host, and today we will be looking at the Los Angeles Times crossword puzzle for Saturday, October 5th. The constructor is David P. Williams, and the editor is Patty Verrill. All right, let's scroll down a little bit, get the grid on the screen. There we go. One across, street in London, home to many medical offices. I don't know that. One down, garments similar to mantillas. Is that like a serape, maybe? Two down, contacts company. That could be contact lenses. Three down, sandals, for example. Don't know. Four down, mass medium. Might be something to do with the religious ceremony, the Mass. Five down, zounds, or I've heard it also, I heard Sir Patrick Stewart pronouncing it as zoons. I think it's originally short for God's wounds. Maybe egad, another sort of old-timey oath. Six down, pitcher's aim, to get a low ERA, maybe. 13 across is cold spells. Don't know. 16 across, hang on. That could be something like in a sec, just a sec. I've seen that type of answer before for that clue. 19 across is duck. Don't know. 23 across, get too much sun, to burn in the sun. 26 across, ready. This will probably end in an S. Set, I'm set, could be I'm ready. Don't know that. Sandals is a resort, like Club Med. Cold spells. 16 across, hang on. I'm going to try just a sec. A little bit of a guess, but I think it'll go. That doesn't look right. AccuView makes contact lenses. I used to wear contact lenses. I just got tired of taking them in and putting them in and taking them out every day. So I switched to glasses full time, and I don't regret it. Mass medium. I think the little plate is the pattern. Is that where they put the host? I'm not sure. Strikeouts, maybe. 14 down, ingredient omitted from a recipe, perhaps. Don't know. Let's move over to this corner. 7 across, Charles, known as the angry man of jazz. Charles Mingus is the first jazz performer named Charles that I think of. 7 down, dank, could be murky, could begin with an M. 8 down, digging. If you're digging something, you're into it, maybe. 9 down, prism organization. Don't know what that is. 10 down, plants, whose roots flavor Angostura bitters and Aperol. Both cocktail ingredients. I don't know. They're herbs, but I don't know what kind of herbs they might be. 11 down, Erie. Don't know that. And 12 down, surgical tubes. Don't know. 15 across, like most drafts. Nope. 18 across, pose. Can I make any of these fit with Charles Mingus? If this were an I. Draft of a paper or an article would be in work, maybe. And we could put in murky. Or it's with a U, isn't it? Murky as dank. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to come back to this corner, I think. 20 across, what's that? Admit. That could be cop to. If you cop to something, you're admitting to it. 24 across, no kidding. Don't know. 27 across, a large venue, could be an arena. 29 across, serious scratch. Probably a large amount of money, but don't know what exactly the answer will be. 31 across, poutine, kin. Poutine is that tasty dish of French fries with gravy and cheese curds they have in Quebec and other parts of Canada. What would be the kin? Cheese fries or something like that, maybe. 32 across, comes full circle. No. Can we get any of these downs? 31 down, revolutionary activity. Rotating or orbiting. 29 down, moon unit. Not sure. 27 down, corn cake. That may be filled with queso. Yeah, you know this. Arepa. It's a Latin American corn cake. 24 down, arborists' concerns. Some kind of rot or is there an ergot, some kind of tree rot? I'm not sure. 14 down, that's the ingredient omitted from a recipe, perhaps. The secret sauce, maybe? You would omit that from the recipe because you wouldn't want it to be copied, maybe. Retaliates in a way. 17 down, don't know. 21 down, do some soul searching. Soul spelled like the fish. Could it be something to do with fishing or looking for a lost shoe, maybe? No, don't know. 30 down, dried plum is a prune, I think. Does that help here? 28 down, one making bank in Paris. Well, the Seine is a river and has a left bank and a right bank. I'm going to try that. 25 down, trounced as a noob. Pwned, spelled that way, appeared in the New York Times puzzle a couple weeks ago. Don't know that. Guinness order, a pint of Guinness, probably. 28 across, songbirds with a question mark. A pretty penny is another word for something that is a large amount of money. It costs a pretty penny. It's expensive. Poutine can, yeah, cheese fries will work. Don't know the plant. Eerie, uncanny, might be eerie. This was my guess at trying to fit Charles Mingus into there. Let's try uncanny. Excuse me. And we're back after a momentary coughing fit. I guess I didn't sufficiently hydrate before I started recording. 28 across, I think, is going to be swans. Swan song is a phrase. So swan is the bird in that phrase. They don't actually sing. I guess they make some kind of noise, but you don't know them as songbirds. So that's hence the question mark. Could this be stents for surgical tubes? A stent is some kind of surgical implant. I don't know if it's a tube. Now Mingus looks like it might fit. Plants whose roots flavor Angostura bitters and Aperol. Draft emails are unsent. Pose, your pose as a noun could be a stance. Get some sun, to tan. Gentians, not a word I'm familiar with, but I get that could be a kind of plant. So musty for dank. Yeah, that works better than murky, doesn't it? Okay, so no kidding. Retaliates could be counter something. Do some soul searching. Maybe truly for 24 across, no kidding. Play. What do you play to look for souls? Play go fish. Comes full circle for 32 across, something around, probably with an S. And that fits with trees, what an arborist is concerned with. Okay, I was thinking of some kind of tree disease or condition, but just trees in general. An arborist treats tree problems. Countersues, maybe. 34 across, primary route could be US 1, a primary highway, a route. Play footsie. If you play footsie with someone, you're looking for their sole or another part of their foot. Like some accents, acute accents is a diacritical mark. Countersues, I think, is going to be retaliates against a lawsuit. Shorts, lack. Knees, I think. Pants would have knees, but short pants would not. Okay, so 29 down, can we get that? Moon unit could be the phase of the moon. Wraps around could be comes full circle. Revolutionary activity for 31 down. Still don't know that. All right, let's look at this corner. 33 across, second most populous urban area of the Tibetan Plateau. I know Lhasa, I think, is the capital. What would be the most populous urban area? I don't know. 33 down, it's that time. Don't know. 32 down, hair of the dog. That is, I think, shorthand for taking a drink of alcohol to cure a hangover. Have some hair of the dog that bit you. Don't know what the answer will be. Revolutionary activity. 38 across, A in kindergarten. Maybe, well, A is for apple. Maybe it could be some other word that begins with A. 44 across, sound of disapproval. Maybe tisk. Fairly frequent crossword answer. 44 across, don't bother. Don't know. 48 across, moderate or moderate. And 50 across, instruments that are difficult to donate. Ironically. Don't know. Let's go. It's that time. Maybe it's time to go. Let's go. If I could. The controls for the Los Angeles Times crossword in terms of using the arrow keys to navigate through the grid are a little bit different in the Los Angeles Times than they are in the New York Times software. So sometimes I hit the wrong arrow there. Hair of the dog. I guess whiskey. Could that be it? A in kindergarten. Crank. Or crack? Don't know. 45 down, organization that publishes Our Children magazine. Don't know that. 42 down, brick oven, probably a kiln. 39 down, they're paid to play. I would say actors, but I think knees is correct. You pay an ante to play a card game, don't you? To play poker or something like that. Don't bother. Save it, maybe? Moderate. Or moderate as a verb. Organs. An organ as a musical instrument would be difficult to donate. I guess because it's big and heavy and cumbersome. But organ donation is a thing, so I guess that's why it's ironic. Okay. Hair of the dog. One of these must be wrong. Revolutionary activity will probably end in ing. So we forgot that G there already. Gentle could be moderate. So if we take out save it, a chaser, could this be a C? Cranking. Don't bother. Maybe PTA, the parent-teacher organization. Our children might fit there. And skip it for don't bother. Whisker, okay, nothing to do with alcohol, but an actual hair on a dog's face would be a whisker. A in kindergarten. Kindergarten is originally German. So in a German kindergarten, the The indefinite article A would be eine, one in German. Okay, that's a little difficult, but I think that fits. Whisker, yeah, everything else looks right, so let's put that in. 35 across, ask sincerely, don't know. 40 across, Adidas, rival, could be Nike maybe. '43 across, John, whose Civil War trilogy was adapted as a miniseries, starring Patrick Swayze. Don't know that. 46 across, star witness. That might be somebody who sees stars, like an astronomer or like a celebrity photographer, a paparazzi. Don't know. 49 across, international understanding. Entente is a term from diplomacy for a kind of understanding between parties. Help for 51 across, don't know. 47 down, father figurer. DNA would be the code that determines what the father looks like. I don't know. 43 down, takes off. Jets, maybe. Is there a John James? Rings a very vague bell. Mountebanks. I think that's kind of like a cad or a bounder. Napes, or I'm not sure. 35 down, midriff bearing suit, a swimsuit that shows your midriff, could be a bikini. 36 down, chooses. Elects. I think there's another athletic shoe that might fit there. 37 down, flood insurance. Well, a levee or levees are meant to prevent floods or to ensure that the water doesn't go past them. Help. Assist. Side. Ask sincerely, probably beg. If 36 down were elects for chooses. John Jakes, maybe. A gusset? Or a gasket. A gasket is a seal meant to prevent about flooding or prevent damage in the event of a flood. Is it fila? Maybe fakes for mountebanks, kind of like a con man thing. A sidekick is somebody who hangs out with a celebrity, kind of like an entourage. Not sure about that. And I'm not really sure about fila. I can kind of imagine that logo on an athletic shoe. Sidekick. Entente looks good. Assist, I'm pretty good about. These downs all look right. Fakes and Jakes. The thing that's most tripping me up, John Jakes, I think, I'll allow that. But why is sidekick a star witness? They don't witness the star. Is that the sense I'm thinking, or is it the martial arts move, a sidekick? I'm not sure about that, but I think I don't think thinking about it will help. Pitcher's aim. What is the street home to many medical offices? Don't know. Mantilla is like a cloak, I think. Duck could be avoid. To duck someone could be avoid talking to them. If this is patent, I was thinking it was with an E, so maybe it's not just completely wrong. Is Harper Street a thing? Pitcher's aim. And cold spells. Ice ages could be cold spells. Hijabs is a garment that is draped over the body. That could be right. So R-E-S, a pitcher's aim. I'm thinking baseball pitcher. I don't know R-E's. Runs and errors. I don't know what that would be in baseball terms. What other kind of pitcher? Like an ad, someone pitching a product would want to aim to make a sale. To yes. The pitcher wants to get to yes. Harpy Street. Never heard of Harpy Street, but I'm sure there are many streets in London I haven't heard of. I like Harper Street better. But I don't know what RES would be in terms of a pitcher. Just a sec looks right. Avoid looks right. Burn, too much sun, ready, set, hijabs. I'm confident about that. I give you resort. Patten, it could be something else. Could it be Harley Street? Latin is the language used in the Mass, the Latin Mass. Okay, so now I do like Harley Street better, and I think a pitcher, an ad, someone pitching a product aims to get to yes, and I think Y finishes the puzzle. There we go. 21 minutes and 10 seconds for a Saturday puzzle in the Los Angeles Times. That would be in line with my usual time for a Saturday puzzle in the New York Times. Maybe a little bit fast. Not quite sure how the Saturday puzzles compare in the Los Angeles Times and New York Times. So if you know that, please let me know in the comments to know if that's an impressive time or not. So a couple very difficult clues. Harley, I guess I thought of like the plate where they break up the wafer, but mass medium is Latin, makes sense. I just didn't think of it in those terms. Pitcher's aim, get to yes, that was difficult. And Harley Street, I just haven't heard of Harley Street in London. So there we go. What else? Cheese fries. I kind of guessed that fairly early, but I wanted to get some crossing letters to confirm. Cranking as a revolutionary activity is a little bit difficult. A in kindergarten, we have to know that we're talking about a German kindergarten, but it is so Americanized now that I don't think kindergarten itself, in my opinion, is not sufficient clue to let the solver know that we're looking for a German word here. John Jakes. I think I remember that from long, long ago. Fakes as mountebanks, and I still don't understand sidekick. If you can explain that to me, let me know in the comments. So I hope you enjoyed watching. Thanks so much for joining me, and I will see you next time.